the 75th Golden Globe Awards and 2 at the 71st British Academy Film Awards. And most of all, Daniel Kaluuya received a nomination for Best Actor at the 90th Academy Awards. Even though he didn't win the Oscar, he was nominated for the most prestigious award in acting, starring as the lead role in what critics were calling one of the greatest films of the 21st century. And on top of that, he won the BAFTA in 2018 for Rising Star, and then after that starred in Black Panther as well in 2018. Point being, he had officially taken over. A British actor who was a little known but not crazy known was now getting Oscar nominations and starring in the biggest films in the world. The reason the glazing is necessary is because this wasn't just another actor maybe starring in a Netflix show or getting a little overhyped. No, he was putting up serious performances in these movies and making a serious name for himself in Hollywood. And I don't think anything really shows that more than what comes next.
I couldn't afford a team, but I built one anyway. Look, I used to be that founder doing everything. Sales calls at 7 a.m.
And the Oscar goes to Daniel Kaluuya, Judas and the Black Messiah.
In 2021, he played Fred Hampton in the film Judas and the Black Messiah. Instead of the Marvel films he'd acted in before, this was a much more anchored and historic and extremely critically acclaimed film. And for this role, he swept every major award: Oscar, BAFTA, Golden Globe, Critics' Choice, SAG for Best Supporting Actor. He was the only actor that year to complete the quintet, and at age 32, he became the 7th youngest winner of that Oscar award. One of the things I always found crazy about Daniel Kaluuya was his ability to pick good roles, or I should say the right roles. It's not uncommon for good actors to have the ability of picking not so good movies or TV shows. Michael Caine was quite famous for this, being a good actor who picked not so good projects or films, basically seeing acting as a job, a payday. He even said once, "I've never seen Jaws 4, but by all accounts it is terrible. However, I've seen the house that it built and it is terrific." But Daniel Kaluuya is just one of those actors that seems to get it matched perfectly. So after a successful 2021, instead of chasing every blockbuster or franchise like other actors might, he shifted more to creating and producing and directing. Firstly, he co-founded 59% Productions, a name which comes from the stat that 59% of Black Britons felt misrepresented by British media. Next, Jordan Peele announced another sci-fi horror film, Nope, which Daniel Kaluuya would again star in alongside Keke Palmer. Due to conflicts with other schedules, he sacrificed revisiting his role in Black Panther 2 to star in Nope instead. The film was met with positive reviews again. When it came out, I went to the cinema, I watched it, I liked it. Logan Paul didn't, and I don't give a...
This movie fucking sucked.
And this time, however, he wasn't in the headlines for his role in the movie. He was in the headlines for his personal life. Multiple sources from the set of Nope claimed that working with Kaluuya on this movie was different to Get Out, and that was all because of one person. In 2022, he fired his longtime agents at CAA, dropped his publicist, stylist, and all of these firings were rumoured to be demands of his new personal manager, the Air Holiness. Yeah, I'm not making that up, that's her actual name. Or her real name, Vanilla Salema Mahmood. She was a self-proclaimed spiritual advisor and life strategist. She also described herself as the head mistress for the international alma mater, Blessed University, and just a spiritual gangster serving a life sentence in a human body. Now, I'll emphasize, this is alleged. She was first introduced to Daniel through a makeup artist who was some sort of crystals guru. He would allegedly fly her to LA from Vegas every week for spiritual healing, mental exercising, and a diet of herbal supplements. There are many actors and artists in Hollywood who work with spiritual advisors and use them for guidance and support, but him leaving his agency and his publicists, that's the unusual thing. It's kind of weird. Sources from the set of Nope claim that Air Holiness was on set with him and heavily involved in decisions, with some staff saying all communication with Kaluuya had to go through her. There were reportedly multiple jobs and production people were afraid of her. It certainly sounds like she does have a BS in holistic health and paraphysic science, a whole steaming heap of BS. Of all the celebrities to get tangled up in this, I would have put him way down at the bottom of the list. He's always struck me as a sharp, humble guy who has his wits about him and is way more grounded than most of his counterparts. very weird. Reminds me what happened to Lauryn Hill with Brother Anthony. Back in 2022, the Hollywood Reporter directly asked him for an answer, and he told the Hollywood Reporter, "It showed me that I was in a paradigm of fame. An unnamed, unverified source has more credibility than what is actually said and the truth of the situation." Like, wow. So a bunch of people decided it's happening, then it's happened, and it's like, well, that's not what happened. A lot of these stories are just about journalists being perplexed about things, and then that's the story. I understand. I just find it odd because everyone's different. And the air holiness, she also responded at the time saying that everything was completely false. She also said that Daniel Kaluuya had some problems with people in his business and he fired them. She said she doesn't know why they got fired and that she wasn't involved with them getting fired, alleging that she never met any of these people. Everything just seemed a little off with not much explanation. So I did ask Daniel Kaluuya for a comment, and nah, I'm just joking. Hey, I've got 10,000 subs. I think I've got some sort of pool like that. If you subscribe to the channel, help my subscribers get up, then you never know. And if you hit subscribe, I promise to you, I will never join a cult ever, allegedly. Whatever dynamic Daniel Kaluuya and Air Holiness had in 2022 seems to be over. As of March 2025, he signed with WME Management and continues to be represented by B-Side Management. So whether it's just a bizarre management experiment gone wrong, or maybe something deeper, no one apart from the people involved are really ever going to know the truth. But a speculation like this doesn't really come out of thin air, and the irony was Daniel Kaluuya's breakout film was a film with themes about hypnosis and control, leading to fans saying that he was now in the sunken place. In January 2024, the film he co-wrote and directed, The Kitchen, would release on Netflix. Later in October 2024, a statue was erected in London to honour his role in Get Out.
How does it feel to have your work recognised in this way?
Just like beyond imagining, just a blessing. Do you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, you know, you work hard, you put your head down, you just do what you feel is right, and just hope that it impacts and touches people. It's not like this is amazing.
And during all this time, the cult conspiracies were mainly just Hollywood whispers. It's not like these rumours had been lingering over him for the past 2 years. It was only when a tweet was made in July of 2025 that gained over 20 million views in a couple of days. That's only really when the rumours started to pick up global traction. Daniel Kaluuya's acting appearances have definitely decreased in recent years. The reasons for that only he knows. Are they because of things behind the scenes? Or is it just a case that he's achieved everything in acting and he wants to pursue maybe passion projects? I personally think it's the latter, because he is still producing films, he's still directing films, and he's sort of now in a position where he can do whatever he wants on his own accord. 2024 was the first year of his career where he didn't star in any film or TV releases or any theatre, and it looks like 2025 could be the second, with nothing announced for the last few months of 2025. It could be back-to-back years of no Daniel Kaluuya. So what exactly is he doing now? Is he still working, or is he locked into some underground Illuminati cult? Well, his production company 59% Productions is partnering with A24 and Mattel to reimagine Barney and Friends. Barney, as in the massive purple dinosaur, as a live-action film. His role in the animated Spider-Man Spider-Verse films is still ongoing, and he's returning for a third film scheduled to release in June 2027, as well as also writing a standalone animated Spider-Punk spin-off for Sony Animations. And finally, he's filming an A24 feature alongside Chris Rock.